Okay, we have a stunning new poll. I mentioned this at the top of the show. There is a new poll from Quinnipiac University which reveals that most Americans, by a significant margin, believe that Donald Trump is a criminal. There's no other way to say it, okay? There are news outlets who are trying to report on this poll without actually just saying the thing that the poll says, which is most Americans, 64%, believe that Trump is a criminal, that the president is a criminal. Let's look at some of the poll results. Question one: do you think that President Trump committed any crimes before he was president? 64% of Americans believe that the president committed crimes before he was president of the United States. But that's not the only time that we have reason to believe the president has committed crimes. What about what has taken place while he has been president of the United States? On the question, do you think that President Trump has committed any crimes while he has been president, 45% of Americans believe that he has, and 43% of Americans believe that he is not. It's important to understand that many of the people who believe the president has not committed crimes since he has been president believe that because they don't think when the president does it, it's a crime. In other words, some of that 43% does believe that the actions that Trump has taken since becoming president would be crimes for anyone but the president of the United States. Very important footnote to those numbers. Another really interesting data point from this new Quinnipiac poll: do people find President Trump or Michael Cohen more trustworthy? Asking in general, who do you believe more, Trump or Cohen? Only 35% of Americans believe Donald Trump's version of events over Michael Cohen's. 50% of Americans trust Michael Cohen over Donald Trump. More people believe that the convicted felon who is about to go to prison is more credible than the president of the United States. And then lastly, people still really want to see Donald Trump's tax returns. On the question, do you think Donald Trump should publicly release his tax returns or not? 64% of Americans believe that he should. 29% believe that he shouldn't, and 7% don't know or not applicable. So the important thing to take away from this, Pat, is that this is the 2020 election. What I mean by that is the cloud of criminality, the endless investigations. This is going to be the context of Donald Trump's 2020 reelection campaign. And the most disturbing thing about these numbers is that there is overlap. Mathematically, there has to be overlap between people who believe that Donald Trump is a criminal and people who approve of the job that Donald Trump is doing as president. And that, Pat, is why we have to just get out the vote. If someone believes Trump's a criminal and is still going to vote for him, that's not someone I want to waste my time trying to convince to vote for somebody else.
Yeah, it's tribalism at its worst. It's like they admit that he's a criminal, but he's their criminal. He's doing criminality on their behalf, so they're going to support him. On the Cohen point, I think that's interesting that more people believe Cohen a convicted liar than Trump. But it makes perfect sense because Cohen was convicted of lies that he told at the behest of Trump while working for Trump under Trump's discretion. And now he's come clean, and I think that's why people see him as more credible now. So I think those numbers do add up, even though initially it kind of raises some questions.
This is why we need get out the vote. Do not worry about convincing Trumpists. What could you possibly say to talk sense into someone who believes Trump's a criminal but believes that he should be elected? Whatever you can say will be more work than just convincing a few left-wingers who don't usually vote to get out there and vote for somebody other than Donald Trump. I want to hear from you. What do you take away from these poll numbers? What do you think this means about the upcoming sort of atmosphere around the 2020 reelection campaign of Donald Trump? I want to hear from you on Twitter at @DPakman. You can also follow the show on Twitter at David Pakman Show. One of today's sponsors is privacy.com/Pakman. This is a free service that I've actually been using myself for a while now, and I love it. You just take a few seconds to link your debit card or bank account to privacy.com's mobile app or browser extension for Firefox and Chrome. And what that does is allow you to instantly create virtual credit cards that are linked to your bank account so that you're not actually putting your real debit card number on the internet, and you use these virtual credit card numbers to buy things online. And with one click of a button, you have the ability to create multiple virtual cards, delete cards, freeze and unfreeze cards. You can put a limit on a card so a company won't be able to charge you more than you actually want them to. And it protects you from being hacked. It protects you from companies being hacked, which we've been talking about for a while on the program. And it's perfect for signing up for free trials somewhere if you don't want your real credit card number to be exposed and on file. And their app and browser extension let you autofill the virtual credit card number into the credit card field when you're buying things online. There are a ton of different advantages to shopping and paying bills with a system like this. Everything is totally secure and encrypted. And in some situations, you can earn 5% cash back on your purchases. It's all completely free. All you have to do is click the link under this video to get started. And for a limited time, everybody in our audience who signs up gets $5 towards your first purchase when you sign up using that link below.